Alright, love, so this is the hair that I ordered. I ordered this off of Amazon. I believe it was like $100 and something. I'll put the info in the description box. But this is what the closure looks like. Fresh out of the pack. It still has the net and stuff on there. As you can see, I got a loose wave pattern. So just to start with the closure, my mom is starting by pinning it down on a mannequin head. And using just sewing needles or hair sewing needles to just hold it in place on the mannequin head. And as you can see, the frontal did come pre-plucked already. It came pre-plucked on the hairline and also on some of the parts in between. So that saved quite a bit of time. So my mom is just starting, as you can see, on that hairline and just plucking out the knots. So just helping making that hairline look more natural. So basically, she's just following that hairline and plucking any of just like the obvious black knots that she can see. If you're a beginner and you're doing this, I have found that using like a mousse helps a lot with plucking. It just really helps you see the hairline a lot better, and it's just easier when plucking out these knots. So she's just going to continue just plucking along the hairline. For the time's sake of this video, I did speed it up, but this is like real time. So that way you guys can see how she's moving. But again, she is a licensed cosmetologist, so she does move a lot faster. But if you're just doing this for the first time, you really just want to make sure that you're taking your time and not moving too fast so that you don't tear the frontal or anything like that. And I also wanted to point out this method that my mom is using. So as you can see, she's combing some of the hair that she's going to leave out for the baby hair out as she's plucking. And this really just helps. That's not something that I usually do, but when I saw her doing it, I was like, oh, that's pretty bomb. I'm gonna have to start trying to do that. But she's actually combing out what hair she wants to have out for the baby hair and then plucking along that hairline, as you guys can see. So this is the difference between the unplucked side and then the plucked side. As you can see, this plucked side looks so much more natural, and we don't have as many of those black knots as we do in the other side. So she's just going to continue plucking and do the other side, and then we will be back.
He's got it all figured out. It's what they all say, yeah. Everyone's looking at me thinking that I'm different. Everyone's looking at me thinking that I'm living. But I don't really care what they all say. It's easier said than done. That guy problems with everyone, but it all comes down to you. You are my anxiety. It's more than a feeling. You were never meant for me.
Alright, and this is how it looks when both sides are plucked. It just looks so much cleaner and so much more natural.
Walking downtown and I'm okay. Eyes on me, I don't know what to do, so I smile and I wave. Alright. Everyone's looking like they know what they're doing. Everyone's looking like they know what I'm pursuing. I'm trying not to give them the time of day.
So now we're moving on to the part, and she's just going to take her rat tail comb. I decided to go with the middle part, so she's just kind of making that middle part on the frontal lace, and really just kind of defining that part, and that's just going to help her with plucking to make sure that it's in a straight line.
It's more than a feeling.
And again, she's just going to use that comb to help get any flyaway hairs out of her way and just follow along that part and pluck any black knots that she sees and just make sure that the part is defined and natural looking. Again, this is real time just so you guys can see the speed that she was moving. Again, she is a licensed cosmetologist, so when you're doing this, make sure that you just really take your time and go as slow as you need to go. This really is like such a tedious process, but it's so important in just making sure that your frontal is just natural looking. And like I said, just making sure that you take your time really just ensures that you don't rip the lace or tear the lace or anything like that. So this is what my frontal is looking like after being plucked. And this hasn't even been bleached yet, honey. Do you see how flawless this is? My mama did that, okay? So she's just going back, checking her work. She's definitely a perfectionist. So she's cleaning up anything that she sees. And then next, we're just going to go into bleaching the knots. And this is what the frontal looks like pre-bleached on natural skin. And like I said, baby, flawless, okay? Period. Everyone's looking at me thinking that I'm different. Everyone's looking at me thinking that I'm living. Alright, so these are the items that she used to bleach the knots. She used the foil just to kind of lay the frontal on, and then she used 2 scoops of the V-Light and then just added in the developer, and she's just going to mix that up. V-Light is, I think you have to have a cosmetology license, but if you can't get V-Light, you can use this Quick Blue. I think they sell it at Sally's, and you don't have to have a license. So she's just going to mix that together. She said that she likes it to be more of a creamy consistency, and then she's just going to apply that to the lace. And she said that when doing this, just make sure that you don't press too hard. As you can see, she is concentrating on that middle part just to make sure that she gets that good and going, and then she's just applying it to the hairline and then all over the lace. And again, just make sure that you don't press too hard when doing this, so that the bleach doesn't seep through and then make you have like those hot spots that, you know, some girls be having where it's a little red up there. We don't want that. So press gently and then just follow along the lace. More than a feeling. You were never meant for me. Well, now I gotta keep it. You are my anxiety. It's more than a feeling. Now that she's applied all of the bleach, she's just going to lift it up and make sure none of the bleach seeped through and got on any of the hair on the other side. And then she's just going to lay that flat and let it sit for about 20 minutes, and then we will wash it out. Alright, so to wash out the bleach, she's just going to start by rinsing it, rinsing that lace frontal and getting all of the bleach out. And then also just kind of rinsing the hair in the front. And as you can see, baby, look at that part. Whew! Oh my gosh. What? What frontal? What frontal, baby, huh? What? My mama snapped. She snapped. That's it. That's all. So now that we have washed it, I always treat my hair. So put it in boiling water with my little concoction, and then it will be ready to install. So I hope you guys like this video. If you did, give your girl a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I will see y'all in my next video. Deuces. He's got it all figured out.